After you've finished the body, you're ready to use the second sock to make the arms, tail, ears, and mouth. Again, turn the sock inside out, but this time you'll be laying it so that the heel is flat this way. I first want you to mark the mouth. You want to leave at least a ½ inch around the mouth because you need that to fold it back. So go ahead and mark, leaving at least a ½ inch around the mouth. Then on the the part of the sock that has the opening at the top, you'll lay that flat. Mark a perpendicular line. Be sure that you're leaving enough room for the mouth there, that you've left a ½ inch. Mark a perpendicular line. Find the center of the sock. Mark the center. And then draw a line down the center here. After you've done that, you'll cut across the top of the sock. You'll have the top of the sock cut off, like so. And then you'll go to your sewing machine. Again, I'm using a dark thread here so that you can see it. You'll sew a ½ inch away from that center line. Sew all the way down, curve it around, and back stitch to create one of the arms. You'll do the same thing down the other side, and then you will cut that down the middle, and then you'll have your 2 arms. After you've sewn the arms, you're going to cut down the center. Now, when you're cutting any parts of this, make sure that you leave some seam allowance. Do not cut too close to that thread, because once you start stuffing, the arms will start unraveling. So make sure when you cut this that you leave seam allowance. You leave enough seam allowance. Do not cut close to the thread. Cut in the middle so you have seam allowance. Just cut down the center. You don't need to cut around the curve of that paw. Just cut all the way through down here, and then you'll turn those right side out. This extra fabric in here will be part of the stuffing. This will give you an idea what the different parts are going to be looking like from here. So here I've gotten my 2 arms from the top. I've gotten my mouth here, and remember, you have to be sure to leave a good ½ inch. You'll notice that the knit fabric rolls. It has a tendency to roll and curl, so just be gentle with it. The tail comes out of this part down here, and then I have a pattern on the demo table. It'll have ears in it, so you don't have to freeform your ears. You can use this pattern to draw in the ears where the ears go. There's a couple options on, so the mouth is separate. That just all gets sewn by hand, nothing on the machine with that. So we're done with the arm parts. And then what you'll do is draw about a fat inch, an inch and a quarter will be drawn down here, and you can curve it around the tail down there to make a little bit on his tail right there. So you'll draw a line here. You'll put in both of your ears here. And I'm going to give you the option. You can either cut out the ears and cut the tail, but what happens is the fabric unravels a little bit. You just have to roll it back with your fingers. The other option is to do like what you did with the arms, where you sew down on this line, and then you sew around the ears before you cut. But remember, if you do it that way, you leave enough seam allowance so it doesn't unravel. The ears are on the fold. So what you'll have to do after you cut out the ear is you'll have to make a little slit in the fabric here so that you can sew around it and have an opening for the stuffing. So let's look at the ears next.